Everybody, we are back. It is Tape the Last Favorites, podcast favorites, channel favorites, everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasubs.com, discount code TDL for 25% off. Also, make sure you guys use this QR code right here and get you a Mendoza shirt, 15% off. The Mendoza shirt, all that, of course, all the those proceeds go to the channel. So make sure you guys support the channel that way. Boom. There's a code one more time for you, just in case you missed it. Go ahead, hit that pause button, hit the code, and also hit up the tapedontlie.store as well. So make sure you guys check that out and get some gear from there. And also join the Discord. You got the Discord we got a lot of people to join the Discord, man. Excited about that. So we're gonna have announcements in there, and you might do some like live game streams. You can do live game streams on there. Stuff that you can't do on YouTube. So be excited for that, man. Check that out. So you can watch us be upset during the game. You guys can see, either me or Matt or Glenn live, our live reactions, how we actually are when we're like in fan mode. So
yeah,
it'd be great for you guys.
Be even better when like you kind of have an idea of what's going to happen too, like, you know what I mean? And still getting pissed off about it.
All right, so today we're doing Trey Zuhn III, right, and Kiron Crawford. So we're gonna dive into the other day 2 picks besides Treydon Stukes. Raiders pick Crawford at 67, I believe, and then Trey Zuhn at 91. And then, so we're going to deep dive into those two today. Nothing really else going on in Raiderland. Nothing crazy. Spy Tech said that they like the wide receivers. That was some news a little bit. They like their guys.
I would love for a GM one time to like end of the draft be like, no, I hate that position group. Like our wide receivers are ass. Like I messed that up. Like has that ever happened? Like, a coach ever been just like, man, this position group sucks? Like every time that happens, it's like, yeah, we like the guys. Then you just list off the guys that are on the depth chart, just read it off.
Yeah. These guys all around us, man, they are ass. So we're definitely gonna be looking for some new players. If we just didn't like we liked the draft, it doesn't mean we actually like the receiver room. We hate it. You know, that's what they wanted him to say. But
yeah, it makes sense. Got to toe the company line, I guess, a little bit there.
Yeah. And then Rookie Camp started today when we're recording this show, but like, I don't know what that really means at this point because there's nothing really covered. We get to see Mendoza.
We've hit the slow-mo practice footage like portion of the season. Like we got the slow-mo cam of like of Fernando Mendoza like running out to his foot hoop onto the field for the first time. So yeah, that's the point we are in the offseason and just wait till the summer when that's all we have to go off of, and all we have is like a slow-mo pass. I can see it now. Like Mendoza's going to drop back in the pocket. As soon as he lets it go, they'll slow it down. Bowers puts his hands up, catches it, holds it in, and then they pull it back to the video. I'm calling my shot on that one now.
Okay.
It's one of the first videos we get from training camp and OTAs. So that's the point of the offseason we're about to hit, just to let you guys know.
Yeah, so and it makes a throw. He's gonna make it throws to EJ Williams, which I said Fitzgerald the whole episode last time. People make sure I knew that. It's EJ Williams. Sorry, EJ, for calling you Eli Fitzgerald for a whole episode. My apologies.
Yeah, I should have picked up on it. When you said it, I'm like, is that his name? I like couldn't remember. So I'm like, I guess I can't say anything at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I thought I was right the whole time until somebody said in the comments. I was like, oh shit, my bad. I swear, I don't know why I thought that was Fitzgerald. No idea. Maybe it was the 7. I don't know. But no, the Fitzgerald were 1 in college. I don't know. I was thinking. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, guys? Who knows about that? Yeah, so we're going to do a Trey Zuhn III and Kiron Crawford today. So, Matt, let us know about Kiron Crawford.
Yeah, so like I've talked about a little bit before, like I get the idea with Kiron Crawford. He's a guy that hasn't played a ton of football, didn't start playing until his high school year or his senior year of high school. And then obviously had the 2 years at Arkansas State and the 2 years at Auburn. So he's only really been playing football for 5 seasons. So you're not expecting him to have perfect technique and all that. But then on top of it too, like the basketball background, like he's obviously a high level athlete, and you see that show up on his pass rush on his pass rush clips, like he'll win, like he'll have a handful of wins where he's just more athletic, and he's got a really nasty like Euro step where he can just cross the face of an offensive tackle and beat him that way. The biggest thing for me is like his use of hands needs a lot of work. I think like he has flashes where like we'll even see a handful of clips where like he puts it all together, and that's like a really dominant rep to be able to win, go get a sack or go get a quarterback hit and stuff like that. But right now, when I think the thing that's holding him back is just inconsistent with it, for the most part, where like he'll have reps where he doesn't get a clean win, and you know his athleticism stands out, but he's not knocking the offensive tackle's hands down and kind of letting them hang on to him, and that kind of ends up impacting his ability to get sacks or even quarterback hits and get a little bit more pressure on the quarterback. So that's kind of where I'm at with him, where I like the idea. I like the vision. This draft wasn't made for next season. This is made for 2027 and beyond. We've said that a bunch this offseason.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just with a pick that was in the top 75, I would have liked to see a guy that was a little bit more cleaner and a little bit more of a finished project. Whereas I feel like Crawford would have been more valuable, I guess, maybe even at 91, where they ended up taking Trey Zuhn or in the 4th round. But again, I get the vision, and I think there's a chance that he could end up becoming a quality pass rusher in the NFL and a good pass rusher for the Raiders. I just feel like, especially with the edge room where it's at right now, with the top 3 spots for next season pretty much accounted for between Max Crosby, Kwity Paye, and Malcolm Kuntz, barring a trade of one of those guys before training camp, it's going to be hard for Kiron Crawford to get much playing time as a rookie. And I feel like he could be on a similar like career trajectory as Malcolm Kuntz, where if you remember Kuntz's first 2 years in the league, like he barely played. He barely saw the field. And then he had that big year in 2023 or his 3rd year in the league. I think that was 2023.
Yeah, it was.
So I think that's kind of where, if you're looking at Kiron Crawford, like I think there's probably a lot of similarities and a lot you can draw from Kuntz when he was coming out of Buffalo. And he was a 3rd round pick too, for the Raiders. So that's just where I'm at. Like I get the vision, I get the potential, and I can definitely agree with that. It's just you're taking a little bit of a risk in a guy that you're going to have to work with and you're going to have to kind of iron out. And like I do love his athleticism, but the one thing that does kind of give me a little bit of qualm is he's not the longest dude in the world. Like I think he only has like 32-inch arms, which you kind of want to see like 33 inches. That's not necessarily the biggest issue. Like Max Crosby, he's below 33 inches. So is Kuntz too, ironically. Yeah. But that's just kind of like one of those other things. It's like, all right, well, we're betting on a guy that has athletic potential and has high upside, but he is a good athlete, but he didn't test, so we don't know how great of an athlete he really is. And on top of it, doesn't have like, it's not like he has freaky length or anything like that. So, but again, I do get the vision, and I do think there's potential for him to contribute as a pass rusher down the line and maybe grow into a complete defender. But it's just the pick was just a little rich for me for the player, I guess.
Yeah, and I definitely can see what you're saying. I mean, because he is explosive off the edge. Like he's an explosive player. Like you can tell that he has a lot of potential to be a great pass rusher, right? And I think that, you know, he can get physical too at times. I mean, it's just, you can just kind of tell that he's just out there just kind of playing football. Like it's not really like I would say like he has like a pass rush plan and things like that. Like he doesn't have a plan. He's not setting things up. He's not, you know what I mean? Like he's just out there rushing the passer. You know, he's just getting after the quarterback, you know, and then the athleticism that he does have, you see on film, he could beat some guys just naturally like that. Especially when you talk about that Euro step move. I've seen that too. So yeah, there is some potential because even with the pressures he gets, I talked about this on the radio spot I did, that you could tell that he doesn't know how to finish yet. Right. So because you have these pressures and leading to sacks like that. So he's got to learn how to finish a little bit. And I think that's going to be something that he's got to learn too as well. And that's going to come with having that plan, having that pass rush plan itself, which he doesn't have. So he's just a raw player. That's really, they went raw at 67. Really. I
tell you what, you teed up part of my breakdown too, because I'm going to show a handful of clips where like I feel like tying it back to like his hand uses and stuff like that, where I think he can be able to finish a little bit better and turn those pressures into sacks more often. The one thing I would push back on that you said on it is like I do think he actually is pretty good at setting up his moves. See, like with that Euro step, that kind of what you're talking about, where like he'll do a good job of like getting to square, like just kind of like faking the inside move to like get the tackle to stop his feet, and then hitting that Euro step to get across their face and win on the outside. That's definitely something I really liked about his game. But I can agree with you for sure about the pass rush plan and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. So the guy I am doing, Kiron Crawford actually got one of the sacks. He gave up 2 sacks. Kiron Crawford was one of them. That's it. He's one of them. It's Trey Zuhn III. So Trey Zuhn is a pick that a lot of fans got on me because I wasn't the most excited about it when it happened. Like, some fan told me that everybody else likes it. Why don't you? I'm like, well, I mean, I kind of like to say I think for myself sometimes, but and when I went to the film, it is exactly how I felt about it. Like Zuhn the third, especially, because he had a lot of reps at center. So I'm basically showing him at center today. I'm not gonna really get too much in the tackle. Just kind of focus on center. Maybe a couple clips of tackle, but he could pass protect. That's one thing he could do. He pass protects pretty well. He has, I think he has pretty good feet. I think he has good hand placement. His punch timing is pretty good. When he does a good job of what I would say countering guys who do a lot of chopping stuff like that. He's good with his hands, right? He's good with his hands, fighting people off. I think he does a good job of mirroring too, especially around the pocket at the left tackle, right? I thought he did a good job of that. You see a lot of that on film. And that center, I think what you really see is kind of his intelligence. I think he's a really smart guy, picks up stunts really well. Even when he never played center before this past year, and he was going under pointing out stunts and stuff like that. So he has a great understanding of what he wants to do on the offensive line and what guys do on the offensive line, right? So I really like that the intelligence is there. My thing is just the run blocking, and I'm gonna show it. It's just, does he have the play strength to play inside consistently? And that's what makes me nervous about this pick. And because you talk about Caleb Rogers going from tackle to guard. I thought when Taylor Rogers played guard, it was better inside than it was than Trey Zuhn overall, in my opinion. Now, I think Trey Zuhn, like I said, he's a smart guy. He understands the pass protection. He's clean. It's just this could be a running football team, right? I mean, from the outlooks of it, they drafted Mike Washington in the 4th round, right? It's a pretty high pick. For running back, right?
RB2, yeah.
Yeah, for your RB2 as well. You know what I mean? So to draft a guy that high, that's going to be your RB2, kind of says that you have a plan of being a smash mouth football team, play defense, smash mouth football, while Mendoza grows until you become that pass first team, right? So since that is a thing, that's what I'm a little bit worried about is can he block inside, like the play strength? Because even when he's blocking at tackle, run blocking at tackle, you can see the play strength issues a little bit. That's just my issue with it. It's just he's got to get a whole lot stronger. And that's gonna take some time. So that's why I don't know if he's gonna be ready to go right away. Like he's gonna need some work. And even some clips I'm gonna show, you can kind of tell that even in the run game, he gets a little confused with inside zone, what his responsibilities are. So he's got to learn the whole guard position inside. Because he was thrown at center, he got to play center, but you kind of see it, and I'll point some of those things out, that he's just he's doing a combo block too long. Or he went, on one clip on the show, he went to another combo block. I'm like, why are you just hit up, not hit up. You know what I mean? So you can tell he's a little confused a little bit. So he's a little bit of a project too, in my opinion, right? I think he's more of a project than Caleb Rogers was. Which kind of says a little bit, but he's just a way better pass protector than Caleb Rogers was. So you saw what Caleb Rogers became, right? Because Caleb Rogers was he was good pass protection. He was at tackle, he's way better at run blocking at tackle, right? So you thought when he moved inside, we thought he might have some trouble, but you still saw that Brandon Graham ate his lunch, right? So those things are going to pop up with Trey Zuhn, and that's kind of the issue that I have with it is he can't play outside. His arm's too short. Okay, that's for sure. But if we've seen him play inside, and he still has some of those issues, that's going to be a little bit of the issue for me. So we'll see how this goes. But that's kind of why I'm a little bit up and down with this pick. I'm up and down.
The way I can sum up Trey Zuhn as a run blocker is one of my coaches in college, our O-line coach, used to say there's two types of run blockers. There's two types of blockers. There's stop signs and there's speed bumps. Stop sign, like you'll get somebody, you'll full on stop them, and you will move them or whatnot and whatnot. If you're a speed bump, you kind of just get in the way and maybe slow them down. Trey Zuhn's a speed bump.
Yeah,
like that's the best way I can describe it. And when I was watching his tape, like one of the things I was hoping to see was, because he is like an elite athlete. I mean, you look at his testing numbers from his pro day, you're in a 9.99 RAS. Like, and I was kind of hoping to see, like, I'm like, okay, maybe I can see the vision if like he's a really good reach blocker on outside zone. Even that kind of left something to be desired, where like I could see like the movement skills and stuff like that, but like his technique wasn't great, and he was still kind of getting beat and giving up pressure. Like the few wins he had, like it seemed like he was losing initially and then he might recover. But that's kind of the stuff that's like gets me a little bit concerned. And I have the same questions with you, is like, all right, where's this guy going to play? Because I love him in pass pro and I love his athleticism and what he brings on the edge in that regard. But the shorter arms are going to be a detriment to him in the NFL. Like he's not even at the 33-inch threshold, which is below the 50, below the 50% percentile for an offensive tackle. He's at like 32.5. And then on top of it too, if you're not really moving people in the running game, like I need my guard to be able to like just create rushing lanes in the running game, move defensive tackles. And when you're struggling to do it out there on the edge against smaller guys in the defensive end, you're probably going to have a harder time doing it against three techniques and nose tackles on the interior. So that's where I kind of get, I think we're both on the same page of like why we not that big of a fan. It's just like, I just don't know where this guy's going to live in the NFL. And I think that's why he was around in the late third round, and why you saw a lot of people thinking he was going to be a fourth round pick going into the draft, because yes, he has the elite athleticism, but you don't know where you're going to play him. Like it's hard to find what his best position is going to be in the NFL. And it's just frustrating for me when we had two top 100 offensive linemen that didn't play as rookies last year, and you're looking at probably having another one again this year.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's do Trey Zuhn first. All right, so like I said, we're going to focus on him as center, because I mean he's playing inside with us. I mean, he's probably not going to play tackle. If he's playing tackle, that means a lot of guys got hurt. All right, so let this run here. So this is one of the better blocks you'll see from him, right inside. It's 1-on-1 right here. Like I said, it's because to me it's not a technique issue, because I mean you see the hand placement. He's got a pretty good pad level. He's got a pretty good base, man. Well, you could drive. It's just even here you could kind of see a little bit. Just it's more of him, like you just said, man. He's kind of just. He's not really getting too, he's just not getting too much push here. But I mean, this is good enough. If he can do this, right, this will help out. All right, next one here. I guess a little Chris McKellen here, right? Chris McKellen. Now he gets some help on this one, right? I mean, there's a combo block here. Looks like running some duo, right? Now, what I like about this one too, is you can see this is where you see a little bit of some grip strength though, right? So combo block here, right? He has to take over the block because the other guard has to get the second level, but you see the grip strength. He's able to hold McClellan enough, right, to allow him to get through. Like I said, there's really no push though. You're not getting a lot of push, but this is good enough, especially since McClellan he's way too high. So it does help when the defensive tackle is that high, but you kind of see, like, I mean, this is good enough. Like I said, the technique is never bad. So, against certain guys who, like, if you have bad technique like McClellan here, he's going to win just because he has the leverage and he has good hand placement. All right. Here, look, rep against Miami here. Is 11 Moten? Is that Moten?
No, 99.
Did he play in this game?
I think he got injured early.
Okay, so I was trying to find him. All right. So you see it once again, like I said, you see the technique is good, right? The low pad level, even a pretty good burst right there. Good hand placement. You see the hands inside. That's what you want, right? It just looks good.
Yeah.
Right. It looks good, but you kind of already see that since he's not getting that drive, like it doesn't go, of course, his way. And like I said, it's a good block. But, you just want more push here when you have this type of leverage. And you're winning like this, you get up the ball like this. You get the ball, you get your hands inside like that. Good block. You just expect to have a little bit more drive there, but
yeah, he's not a finisher for sure.
yeah.
He's a run blocker at least.
All right, here we go. So here's a block. Here's a good one. Him get second level. You kind of see the athleticism a little bit here on this one. So this is one of my favorite blocks. So this is what I'm talking about. Him, running some split zone here. All right, hit that combo block, and then he does a good job of getting to that second level right there, making a little push right there on just try to finish him off right there. But you can see the athleticism though. You can see why he has that high RAS, right? I mean, he got some good movement skills. Boom, get the help there on that combo block. Of course, that good lord, is that what you're laughing about, Matt?
I was just about to say, like, look at his backup at left tackle. Look at the difference.
Oh man, yeah. That's
like that left tackle got 2 pancakes. He got the D tackle and DeSantis.
Yeah. Goddamn. Boom, right there. Yeah. Double pancake. But that's what I'm saying. You see the athleticism right there. He does have a good job. He does have the athleticism to get to the second level when you're running inside zone and stuff like that. You see it right there, boom. Just against Josiah Trotter. All right, here's another good block on this one too. But leave. Yes, so this is another one you kind of see the athleticism. You see him get to the second level on this little power run here. It was counter, it looks like. Right? And you see his ability to get to the second level here. Like he gets to the second level quick. Like this is a quick movement. And he's coming from the center position right here. And it's just look how quickly he gets upfield there. So you can see, like I said, the athleticism is there. He has all the athleticism to run outside zone. I mean, this is him moving laterally anyways, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
The good, nice step there. Getting that second level, getting that push. I was set up a big run there. But you just set, like I said, the athleticism there. He's able to get the second level. Boom. Get to that linebacker. Right. Get a block there. And I mean, the guy just tried to shed him back inside. I don't know why he tried to do that, but it's just the plays over there. I mean, figure.
Yeah.
But it's a good block by him right there, by Zuhn. Right, here's another good block. This one ended up being a huge play here. But this one's talking about you see on the combo block here. Boom. Good pad level. Like I said, I'm telling you, it's not a technique issue. It isn't. That's why he's such a good pass protector. You see it right here. He's able to kind of get that push right there on the combo block, right? And that push ends up helping them get that huge play, this huge play for a touchdown here. So this is probably his best run block on film, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember watching this. This is a great combo.
Yeah, great combo block there. See that push, like see that drive, right? Boom, driving the legs. Right. So yeah. This is the best you're to get from Zuhn right here is this type of block, right? Because also, it doesn't allow this linebacker Trotter to come over and make that play. It just opens up that gap, leads to a huge play and a touchdown for Texas A&M.
I think 13 got sent to the bench after that play.
I bet he did. All right. So here's another run block too on this one here. Now, this one. Right, getting a little power here, a little lead power here. You can just see him kind of basically executing this block here on 10. Like I said, the thing is on this one, you kind of see him he starts leaning a little bit. I think he leans a little too early on this one. But the technique is there, but you kind of see like if he doesn't have the technique, this is kind of a little bit of preview here. You see this guy's like he doesn't have the push to move this guy because, like I said, he should be able to move this player. I mean, this ends up being a little bit of a combo block here, even though 71 did not know the snap was coming. He got lit off the ball. But you kind of see this push here, right? But this guy's able to kind of get his the number 10 is able to kind of reset his feet right there and kind of stand his ground. Like there was no push there. So that play didn't go the opposite way. He might be able to make a play on it here. Man, he gave 28 the business. Or 20, whoever that is. I don't know who that is. All right. So let's get into what he needs to get better at, right? So I kind of talked about this with the inside zone runs, right? So it looks like this ends up, it's inside zone here, right? Now, you kind of can see it already, what I'm talking about, okay? So, right, you got a combo block here, okay, cool. You got one arm reach, 71's got it, right? The next thing you usually see in inside zone is you go here, right? You even see him kind of eyeing it, right? Combo block up to the next level, right? If there's nobody coming to the next level, you keep the combo block. But if there's somebody's coming, you know this number 14 is going to be coming downhill and try to stop this run. You want to get up to 14 here. For some reason, he helps 54 here first. I don't know I don't know if he's coached that way. I just haven't seen that before a lot. I'll just say that. So I could be wrong. He could be coached that way, but I hope he's not, because that's bad coaching. So because I just
can think of is they might have been worried about McClellan, because that is McClellan, like their Missouri's best defensive lineman. But he does look like he doesn't. He looks like he's not sure of himself.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not sure exactly what to do here on this inside zone run, because what happens is, since he doesn't get up to 14 in time, 14's able to read it. He's untouched. He's not touched. He could just kind of scrape over the top here. And that's exactly what he does right there. Right. So so a little bit, like I said, there's a little bit of struggle. There's a learning curve for him inside too. Like there's a learning curve.
Yeah.
All right. The next one here. Kind of a little bit of the same thing on this one too, right? So run it back on this one. So we're getting a little split zone here, right? Now, right, you got a combo block, okay? Boom, combo block. But he's just late to get up to the second level, right? I think you can even see it, it's like he's pass protecting.
Yeah,
a little bit. Like that's what it feels like he's helping, right? This is like a pass protection help. Like you already got two guys. Like get up to the second level here, right? So at least there's something. Even though this guy's blitzing, you can either get one of these two guys or something like that, or maybe if you get 5, right, and you force 18 to still come around, then maybe you open up a bigger hole here, right? And force 18 to take a better angle at this tackle, but we don't get that. We kind of just get him kind of just being laid up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a learning curve, man.
For sure.
It's there. Like I said, this is the first year he's ever played center, so it kind of shows that there's gonna be some growth here. So on this one here too, now, like I said, he's off the ball quick, man. This guy's never played center. He gets off the ball pretty quickly here. Boom, off the ball. He's got his hands inside, right? He's got good pad level, right? Everything looks good right here. But this is when we talk about this, the place rate, because he just gets lifted up, even with the good placement and all that other stuff. He still gets lifted up there, gets driven back, and then the guy's able to make the tackle.
And this is another example too, where like the lack of length, like if you back that up to where when that D tackle gets extension on the block, like his arms are completely locked out, and the defensive tackle still has bend in his elbow. And that's just going to make it harder for him to sustain blocks.
Yeah.
I don't know who that D tackle is, but he's got some long ass arms, and he just bench pressed Zuhn off of him.
I know, man. All right, so here's another one here. This was just interesting because, it's him one-on-one on the linebacker. Like I said, this block works. Okay, it's gonna work. You got to just see where the play strength is, man, because he's getting just driven back by a linebacker, full speed. Okay, we're meeting the hole here, right? And you just get to kind of tossed a little bit by a linebacker. And like I said, where the play was going is kind of this counter look here. It ends up working, but I would just expect a little bit more from you taking on linebacker. I know that guy's a first round linebacker. He comes downhill really well, but you just expect a little bit more there. All right, so this is the last one. So it's him against 97. This same guy here. So like I said, off the ball, really quick, great snap, great hands, great placement, everything. Boom. We even get a little help. But the thing is, he just can't hold on to it, right? And you see basically the arm length issue again, and the guy's just able to kind of shed it. And if he did hand the ball off to him,
yeah,
that's an easy tackle, right?
Yeah.
And you can say it's RPO, but like he has no idea this guy, the quarterback, kept the ball. He doesn't know.
Yeah, RPOs as an O-line, that's a run play for you.
Yeah. So can I just see it there? So there is gonna be some struggles in the run game. I mean, he's got to get stronger, like quickly, like quick. Yeah. All right, so let's get into pass protection a little bit. Let's get some positivity. We're in some positivity here, guys, because this is what he does best: is pass protection. You can see it here, right? Good rep, which I like. Because you see, if he goes a guy who doesn't have that extreme arm length, right? Mm-hmm. He's able to reset his hands. Like that's a good rep right there. Reset your hands, get your hands back inside. You can see he's able to mirror pass rushers around the edge, right? Because that guy even gets his hand placement on him, but he's able to kind of not allow him into his chest. You know, this guy's kind of trying to do a bull rush here. He does a good job of resetting his hands and just winning that hand fight. So this is where you see it. This is where he excels, man. His pass blocking. This is why I got that high ass grade.
Yeah, it's like 5 points better than anyone else in the country.
Yeah.
Really fucking good.
It's crazy. All right, so here he is against Miami, right? Pass protection at center. Now, like I said, it's just the hand placement is always great, man, and the technique, he's able to kind of just hold on to guys, because especially when they're not able to kind of get into his chest, really, because his hands are so quick, right? They're not able to get into his chest that much. And he's kind of able, like I said, he can mirror guys so well with his feet because his athleticism. You see where this is where the upside is, man.
Yeah,
that's where it's at. Best free throw of Marcel Reed's film there. All right. Okay, here's another one. Like I said, like this is what you want, man. Look at the hands inside. Look at where he has them. That's exactly what you want. Like I said, how quickly he gets off the ball too, right? Boo, he does get a little help, but you can see with the placement, and this guy's, you know, I don't know if he's trying to play the run, but he's not going anywhere here. He's not able to kind of break this. So because it's weird, because he has pretty good grip strength, right? You kind of see it here a little bit. But he just can't move guys like that, right? It's the leg drive, things like that.
Yeah,
it's odd.
And I think he hit 33 reps on the bench press, which is
it's so weird.
I don't know if it's necessarily a strength or as much of a power issue, like his ability to generate force. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Because you can see the grip strength there, right? I mean, that's what that is. That's grip strength. I mean, you hold a guy like this in pass protection, that's grip strength.
Yeah.
Really weird stuff, guys. I'll explain
it. He does have an interesting physical profile.
Yeah, I know. All right, because this is what I'm talking about him mirroring once again here, right? Right, he's got the inside rusher. Does a good job of picking him up. He understands where guys are coming from, right? What his responsibilities are here in pass protection, and you can even see it. Like, I mean, this guy tries to get a little push on him, right? He tries to get a little one arm bull rush. But he kind of just pulls him down. He's got that great grip strength inside. He's able to reset his hands, get his hands back inside there. Ends up being a great rep. It's odd, guys. I don't know. I can't explain this to you. I have no idea. All right, here's another one. Now, I really like this one because it ends up being a stun here. He does a great job of picking this one up. And this is talk about his intelligence, because the guard does not pick it up.
No, that guy struggled.
Yeah, that guy did not pick it up. Right? But he does a good job of passing it off where he should pass it off. Getting back on Chris McKellen here. And like I said, there's a grip strength again. There's that grip strength, man, inside. Boom. And also, I think in pass protection, you can kind of get away with grip strength a little bit more too, just because, I mean, they don't call. I mean, in the NFL, they'll call more holding here, but you can kind of see like he's grabbing pads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this is perfect, man. This is perfect. It's how you play stunt, man. As a center, boom, good. Got it. Pass him off. You got your guy. Great feet right there. That's what I'm saying. Like in pass protection, he's like ready to go. It's kind of funny. All right, so here he is. He's facing a blitzer this time. Like I said, good job. I think you can kind of see him point stuff out here. give communication here with 54. You got good communication. You figure out where everybody's coming from. Boom. He understands, okay, so you got a blitz coming with Trotter. Trotter tries to give a little spin move. But like I said, this is where you see the mirroring here. This is beautiful rep. Boom, right there. It's just like a totally different guy. It's so weird. It's a great rep, man. But it's just, you can see how great his feet are and everything. Boom. Great feet. Hold on to that. Great block. To throw into the number 65 pick. Nate Borkircher.
He had a couple blocks on tape. I'm like, oh, that's why the Dolphins.
Yeah, I did. I don't know if you saw the one against Florida, bro. I don't know if it was this game or Florida, but that was one I was like, whoa, holy, wow.
Yeah, I don't think I watched Florida, but there are a couple on tape. I'm like, damn, okay.
Wow, that makes sense. Here we go. Because I guess Chris McClellan, man. Chris McClellan, one of the better pass rushing DTs. I'm not saying it wasn't a great class for that, but he's one of the better ones. And you can see him trying to get a bull rush here. And this is what we talk about why it's so weird with this, because this is a great anchor here, man. Great anchor. Able to hold him there. It's odd. Because I know there's somebody who say, oh, you did a strength, you had 33 bench press reps. And I know there's somebody's going to say that. There's going to be somebody in the comments who's who's just going to hear us say that and just go straight to the comments and not watch the rest of the video. It's going to be somebody.
Sounds about right.
It's going to be somebody. All right. I think I got a couple more reps here. So this I really like this one because this kind of just shows his intelligence a little bit, right? Because you're going to see they're flowing to their right here, but he does a good job of kind of making sure he's going to help 71. And what that does is he's able to reset his hands there. And it's, like I said, you can see the feet, the grip strength there. Looks really well. Looks good. All right, this last one here. There's another one here. Like I said, like this guy even gets in his chest, but then you can see it's a good anchor right there, man. Right there, guy gets in his chest. 93. Doesn't, the guy kind of wins the strike challenge, I'll call it. But you can see it's the anchor, man. Look at that. It's building the house and just setting that house up.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, man. It's pretty good, man. Like I said, it's not bad. It's not, pass protection is great. We just got to get that grip strength and that anchor ability and all that stuff into the run game. And I think that's, and like I said, I don't know if that's him not thinking about things or like overthinking things or I don't know what that is, but that's something they got to fix. They got to work on that. They got to fix that and figure out what's there to make sure that so he can develop. But like he does feel like a guy that might have to sit a year and just learn the inside, how to play inside in the offensive line.
Yeah.
In the interior.
Yeah. I'm curious. Do you think there's any chance that he might be able to factor into the mix at right tackle?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
That was kind of the way that was like, I was looking at it and like, cause I saw the same things you did on at the guard spot. I'm like, well, maybe if he can just keep like Mendoza upright, they'll just put him at right tackle. Cause like, I mean, obviously you focus on the interior stuff, but like when he went up against Ruben Bain in that playoff game, like he had a hell of a game against Bain. Like Bain might have beaten him one or twice. I know Bain ended up having like 3 sacks. That was because they had to move him around. Like they had to, and like they put him on like inside stuff like that, and he had like a cleanup sack and then and whatnot. But like when he went up against Bain, like that was one of the things that like kind of got me a little bit excited. I'm like, all right, he's playing the game within the game. Like I saw the stunt pickups too, and like the athleticism stood out. And one of the things I liked that he did in that game was he made Bain like he had it was one of the few times he'll have like an arm length advantage, and he made Bain play in space, and like that's where he ended up taking advantage of it and taking advantage of again a rare opportunity for him where he had the arm length. Now the problem was he tried to do the same thing to Akeem Mesidor, who has about the same length of arms that he does, and Mesidor just put his hands in his chest and beat him inside for a sack.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, well, maybe he will just contribute at right tackle if they don't trust DJ Glaze or Charles Grant, especially with Mendoza back there. Like again, you're not going to expect anything from him in the running game, but at the very least, if he can keep the quarterback clean, maybe that's his best role or how he can contribute as a rookie at least.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I mean, that's his bread and butter at this point in time. And I that's what I'm saying. Like everything is is you see like everything you see on his RAS in pass protection. You just don't see it as much in the run game. And I think that's a little bit of thinking. I think he's overthinking in the run game. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get into some Kiron Crawford, man.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
All right. So I'm going to start with the few plays against the run. And this first rep is honestly the best one I thought he had probably the maybe even the entire season. I will say it was a little bit more rare. But one of the thing I like about this is just how he takes the fight to this offensive tackle. Like you'll see this tackle kind of comes off the ball kind of soft, and he just is the aggressor and just wins at the point of attack, and then sets the edge, escapes the block, and is able to go make the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. But so this is the encouraging part. But again, I will say it wasn't like I saw that consistently on Kiron Crawford's film. If I did, I would have be a little bit higher on him.
Yeah.
This is another rep. Again, just good use of hands on this one. I think he does a great job of getting his hands up and getting them inside. Like you can see this tackle kind of shoots his hands a little wide. Tackle doesn't have great technique overall. But Crawford just kind of takes advantage. And the reason why he's able to do that is because he actually uses pretty good technique on this rep. Again, shooting his hands, keeping them tight. They will get off that block. And then this is where you see the athleticism. And we'll get to more of this later. But the bend, too, to kind of work back towards the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's a good play.
TFL.
It's a nice play right there.
Yeah. And again, better job at holding up at the point of attack. But the one thing about this rep that I kind of wanted to point out is I like it. Again, it's something that you can build off of. But unlike that one that we saw at the beginning against Missouri, like he just doesn't really get extension on this block. Like he does at the very end when that running back bounces outside.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, he's chest to chest with his tackle, and against better competition, like that's just not going to work. Like in the NFL, like you're going to have to be able to get some sort of extension on the block to be able to escape and then go get the TFL. He does it all right here, but I think with that step up in comp, he's going to have a harder time. Now this clip, part of the reason why I wanted to include it is just to be like, this is where the numbers can get a little misleading because he's going to get I think he gets a TFL on this tackle. Against Pavia here and Vanderbilt. But like if we back this up, again, this is where I get a little concerned. I guess this is technically long trap with the tight end blocking out and the tackle blocking in, but it's basically counter, right? They have two pullers. And I mean, we start in the backfield and he's giving up a couple of yards and like ends up getting pushed backwards. He just ends up recovering, and I love the hustle and the energy. Play, but it's a little bit of what I'm talking about where I get a little concerned with him making that transition to the league.
Yeah, I don't know what Pavia was reading to not give that ball off. But anyways,
yeah, it was a Pavia. I just want to make a play. But again, this is another one where better job setting the edge.
Yeah,
this full house look from or inverted wishbone from Vanderbilt, like he's taking on a running back as a lead blocker. Like if this happens in the NFL, this is 300-pound Patrick Hart.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I mean? Like not a running back. So good rep. I'll give him that. But again, when we talk about transferring to the league, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
This is going to be the sack against Zuhn. Now this one's more of a coverage sack. But what I do like is just like, one, like fights through a chip block here from that our Dolphins second round pick. Was the controversial one. And
yeah.
On top of it too, like he recognizes to everything good we said about Trey Zuhn in pass pro. Don't watch this rep. Zuhn just opens up the gate pretty good here. But what I like about what Crawford does is he recognizes that and then just wins across Zuhn's face. Oh, that's a bad angle. Wins across Zuhn's face and ends up going to get the sack.
Yeah. Nice closing speed too. That's what's about the explosiveness.
For sure. Yeah. The explosiveness is definitely there, like you said. Now, he wasn't used much on stunts at Auburn, and I think that might have been partially because of his role. Like Auburn, like he only rushed the passer 65% of the time last year. Like they had him they call it the buck linebacker, which is basically like that hybrid type of player where you're an off-ball guy and standing up on the edge and rushing the passer. So, but what I like about this is this is an ET stunt where he's technically supposed to be the pick player on the guard. But what he does is he just gets up the field. First of all, sells it really well by working vertical with his first two steps. And then he plants this outside foot in the ground. And this is where the basketball background comes in. Because he clears this tackle's face and clears this tackle's body easily. And he does it so quickly that this guard doesn't have enough time to react.
Yeah.
Getting the sack.
Yeah, it's nice.
So with this clip, I'm going to kind of show you guys a couple of things. One, the speed and athleticism that he has to win around the edge, and on top of it, the bend. Like you can see, he just wins the foot race, just beats this tackle to the spot back here. and that's, I think, tied to his get off, obviously. And on top of it, the bend to kind of turn that tight corner. But the problem is, I mean, I will say, back this up. The bigger problem Auburn has is they don't get any other interior pressure until Falk kind of wins here late in the rep. So Pribula, has plenty of room to step up into the pocket. But the other issue, and this is where I'm talking about with Kiron's, with his use of hands, that kind of like gets into nitpicky territory. But it's the difference between being able to get a hit and maybe like, leading to an errant pass, or even maybe finishing with a sack. Is if you watch his hands, like he throws his punch a little too early here. Like you can see right here, he's throws the cross chop a little bit too early. Like he's trying to chop the hands down, but the tackle hasn't thrown his punch yet. So he's just a little early and the timing's off. So he misses. On top of it too, like to me, like I think he can do a little bit better job of finishing with the more violent rip. Like one of the things I always love to do with the cross chop is finish with a chop rip. So you're coming back straight up so that you can get this guy's hands off of you. Because what this tackle is able to do is keep his hands on and kind of ride him a little bit to give that quarterback just enough time to get that pass off. Whereas if he can either knock the hands down here or finish with the more violent rip and get him off of him, he may not be able to get a sack again because they don't have enough interior pressure, but maybe he can hit Pribula and impact the pass in some way.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think this one's going to be kind of similar. So this one, again, like he hits the cross chop and he actually does a better job of landing it. I was talking about a little bit too of him setting up his move.
Yeah.
He does a great job of stemming and getting to square, like getting this inside foot, like even with the tackle's inside foot to create a shorter edge, and just hitting that Euro step with that cross chop.
Yeah.
He does a better job with the chop, but he kind of he goes to kind of pull this outside arm down. He's not quite violent and strong enough with it, where that tackle can, instead of just being off balance after getting his hands knocked down, the tackle can kind of run with him instead of like just getting that clean win. Now, granted, on this one, like I'll let this play a little bit. DB gets beat pretty badly, so I don't know if it's going to make a difference. But again, it's just this is getting in the nitpicky area, but this is where Crawford can finish. And also, like I'm just more of a fan of again hitting that cross chop and then just ripping. I think that's a little bit more effective at getting the hands off of you.
Yeah.
Pass rusher. Then pulling the outside arm down.
Yeah, it's just like that. Just that 1 second, man, allow the quarterback to get the pass off too.
This is another one too. Again, this is a great move. You see the athleticism, you see the quickness, the change of direction, wins across the face. He doesn't quite get a clean win with his hands. And then that tackle is just able to push him and like kind of recover. Yeah. And then he ends up on the ground. And the other thing I don't like about this is, especially against a mobile quarterback like Pavia, if you are going to go inside, you better make that sack. Because this is exactly what Diego Pavia wants you to do, because now he's playing that backyard football crap that he loves to do. And that's the thing with me. That's the other thing I kind of want him to work on too and hone in. It's just being a little more disciplined with his pass rush lanes, because he goes inside here and Pavia scrambles around and then hits a big play down the field. Yeah, we don't have any edge contained. And he did this a handful of times against Vanderbilt that you just don't want to see against a mobile quarterback like that. Yeah, I agree. Again, another nice one on this one. This one was actually pretty damn good overall. I don't have many complaints about this. Like, same kind of thing where he does a great job of setting that move up, working inside with his first step, and that creates that shorter edge. And on top of it too, like just kind of wins across the face. But even you can see on this one too, he doesn't really beat the hands. He just kind of wins with athleticism. Yeah. And then this one we'll say took a really good path to the quarterback. And again, you see that bend. Yeah. We just got that, get that little fuck on the ground. I know. He's slippery. So getting on to a few more of what I was talking about too with his hands. Again, this is another one too, where you see the speed, just misses with that chop. This is basically that same rep I was just going over against Missouri. He misses with the chop again, and not quite violent enough with the rip, where this tackle can hang on to him. So even though he's winning on this rep, he's not getting a clean win. Yeah, with Robinson just enough time to get that pass off. Like if he can knock those hands down, like you see, he just misses with the chop, or finish more violently and get this tackle off of him. Yeah. Maybe he gets a quarterback hit or a sack or something like that. And granted, again, I think Auburn had a breakdown in the secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is another one too. Like I like the spin,
Mhm.
like you can see the athleticism on the spin, but like when I've broken down like other spin moves before, one of my big things that I've always talked about is using this arm for that ice pick.
Yeah.
He doesn't quite do that here to clear that tackle's hands,
Mhm.
especially against better competition. What most NFL tackles will do is they'll just kind of run their feet and move their hands, and then they'll negate your spin move. Like he gets a quarterback hit here under pressure because the other edge wins, and Sawyer Robinson has to step up in the pocket.
Yeah.
The other thing, and this goes back to what I was talking about too about little pass rush lane integrity. I can't have him going inside when I have a rusher already in the B gap.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like they run into each other too.
My D-line coach used to say we can't have two hot dogs in the bun, right? And again, it's another instance too. Like Robinson, if he starts to escape because Falk starts winning here on the other edge, he's got a path to get to the edge. Now, the only thing that gave me a little bit of pause is it kind of looked like 44 might be trying to get out on the edge. So I was wondering if maybe this is a line game. But that brings up another question. I don't know if I've ever seen someone hit a spin move to get into a line game. So that's where I was paused. So again, just a little nuanced things that I think he's going to have to learn and are going to be a little bit of a learning curve in the league. It kind of ties to his lack of experience. Now this one's like again a little bit better. It's probably the better one too. Hits that Euro step and his hands don't really matter because he covers so much damn ground.
Yeah,
and like I think he probably would get the sack here if the guard doesn't help. But again, like you can just kind of see just his hands just aren't quite there yet. That one was one of the ones that his hands weren't on point. Like you could see like the difference in just how his pure athleticism helps him win.
Yeah.
Now, getting into the plays where like he does do it pretty damn well. The thing I love about this rep is he does a great job of showing this like this one arm stab move, right, of attacking air and getting that on the tackle's chest, and then using his outside arm to pin this tackle's hand down. And that now we're getting the tackle off balance. Now we're getting that clean win.
Yeah, you get that sack.
What's up? Go ahead.
So then you get that sack.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing I like about this rep too is like you can kind of notice the difference in bend and how special and how like just how good he is at doing it. Like if you watch his shin angle right here, that's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah.
And then compare that to 3 here. I'm sorry, number 3. I'm gonna pick on you a little bit. Like you see how like when he's trying to turn the corner, like he's pretty straight up and down, and like he ends up missing the sack. Like this should be 3 sack, but he doesn't have the bend to get it, and then Crawford's there to
clean it up.
That's the difference between the 2 pass rushers. So
yeah, for sure.
Give you guys a little bit of an example of how that can impact. Again, this is another great one too. We got to finish with the sack, of course, but much better job of working the hands. So there are flashes. There are reasons to think like he can do it in the league. It's just got to be a little bit more consistent. Like that's that same move we were just watching, where he just goes with the one arm stab, and then just kind of swats a bob swat, like swats that outside hand down, and then the bend again too. That's
that's a good bend right there.
Yeah. So. We got one more too. Oh yeah, this is a good one. This is a really nice little double hand swipe that he just wins clean.
There you go.
Someone else just got the sack a little bit fast. This piss you off as a D lineman when you get a nice like clean win, but someone else just wins faster and you don't get the sack. It was bullshit. But yeah. Skip it. We'll break this down a little bit more. But yeah. Again, this one just a lot better with the timing and the accuracy. Like you can see just the biggest difference, right? The tackle's throwing his punch here, and he's got his hands up, and boom, just swats it away.
Yeah,
and around the edge.
All right.
So, yeah. So that's the thing is, I don't know if he'll ever be a good run defender. Like he has the one clip that I showed you at the beginning, but again, that wasn't something that I was noticing consistently. I would have showed you guys more clips if I had that of him. But I do think he can at the very least be a good pass rusher, and like if Rob Leonard feels like he can hone in those hands and stuff like that and get his timing a little bit better and more consistent, then yeah, he could definitely be special because he is a special and freaky type of athlete.
Yeah,
especially with that bend, like that shin angle, I still can't get over. Every time I see it, it's pretty damn impressive. The thing was like just straight up what is that? An acute angle, I guess.
Yeah, acute angle.
Geometry days.
There you go, man. There you go. Go back to the math days. Yeah, I mean that's what you see is just the athleticism that he has. He's a very raw prospect, right? I mean, but I do think, a position like edge rusher, those guys can learn those moves, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the thing with when you talk about upside with the pass rusher, like it's different than like with like different positions, like sometimes like quarterbacks or something, like some things you just can't get better at. But like I think like technique and using your hands, all those types of things you can get better at the next level. You can learn more moves, you can learn more tips and tricks, how to beat guys, learning film, learning how to watch film, how to watch tackles on film. I think all those things are there. So once you have that athleticism and bend that he has, that's where the upside comes in. Because as a D-line coach, you feel like you could coach that up. Like I can coach that. And that's why I remember when Rob Leonard, they had the pick. Rob Leonard was going crazy.
Yeah, I can see why Rob Leonard, especially a guy that again has done a pretty good job of working with some really good athletes on the edge and reviving guys' careers. Like I can see why he was like fired up about it for sure.
Yeah, he was fired up. He was going crazy in that room. They took Kiron Crawford. I remember me and Glenn were like, "Who is he so fired up about?" And then Kiron Crawford. so, you know what I mean? Like he's like, "Give me that. I could use that. I'll fix it up. I'll fix it." You know what I mean? Typical D-line coach with a super talented guy. That's basically what he saw. So. That's their plan. They think they can coach this guy up and get him better, and they really like the rawness of him for sure.
Yeah. The upside,
right? Yeah, the ceiling.
Our buzzwords, our draft buzzwords: ceiling, upside.
The ceiling, yes. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Like I said, join the Discord, guys. I'll make sure I put that link in the bio. Join the Discord, saying like we're gonna start doing some cool stuff there. And but we are out of here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be back with some more draft review. Next up, we're getting to day 3. Getting to day 3 here, guys. Getting to day 3. Let's go. All right.
Into it.
Alrighty, man. All right, guys. We're out of here. Peace.